When you hear the word entrepreneur, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably sleepless nights, right? A relentless, all-consuming chase for billions. Well, that's one way to do it for sure, but it is not the only way. Today, we're going to explore a completely different approach to building a business, one that's designed around your life, your time, and your goals.
So does it have to be that all-or-nothing approach? Is starting a business doomed to mean sacrificing everything just for the sake of massive growth? The short answer? Absolutely not. There's another path that's getting more and more popular, and it completely redefines what success can look like.
Yeah, this path totally rejects that high-growth venture capital story we hear all the time. Instead, it's a framework for building a business that actually fits in with your personal goals. And it's for a very specific type of person.
They're called lifestyle entrepreneurs. Now, the term itself is pretty new, but it perfectly captures this huge shift in what it means to be your own boss. It's really about designing a business that serves your life, not the other way around.
So what is a lifestyle entrepreneur exactly? Well, it's someone who starts a business with a very specific, crystal clear goal: to make just enough money to support a particular lifestyle. The main focus here isn't on piling up endless wealth. It's about maintaining a quality of life that you've defined for yourself.
This quote just nails the whole philosophy, doesn't it? It's pushing back against that "I'm going to work myself to the bone for 20 years so maybe I can live later" mindset. It's all about prioritizing living your life right now and realizing you probably don't need millions and millions of dollars to be happy.
And this brings us right to their financial goals. See, it's not about trying to earn as much money as humanly possible. It's about earning enough. And that word, enough, is a very specific, very personal number.
And that magic number can be totally different for everyone. For one person, it might be an extra $500 a month to fund a hobby. For someone else, it could be $10,000 a month so they can travel the world. The key is they figure out the target first, whether it's $5,000 a month or $100,000 a year, and then they build the business specifically to hit that number.
So, how do they hit that target without getting sucked into the 80-hour work weeks of a typical startup? Well, their core strategy is all about one thing: efficiency. It's that classic idea of working smarter, not harder, but applied directly to how you design your business. What this means in the real world is that they are obsessed with the ratio of time to revenue. The whole game is to spend the absolute minimum amount of time you need to in order to generate your target income. Every single task they do is measured against the return on that time investment. And this right here really highlights the huge difference in mindset. A high-growth startup is built to make the most money it possibly can, period. A lifestyle business, on the other hand, is designed to make enough money as efficiently as possible. That one little distinction changes everything.
So why is efficiency so important to them? Because the entire point of the business is to have the free time to actually live the lifestyle they're paying for. I mean, what's the point of having money to travel if you're chained to your desk 24/7? For a lifestyle entrepreneur, time is just as valuable a currency as money.
This idea of designing a business around time and freedom was made super famous by author Tim Ferriss in his book The 4-Hour Workweek. He calls this type of business a muse, and honestly, it's a really powerful way to think about it.
A muse is basically a business that automates your income. Its job is to solve the money problem for you, to take that constant financial stress off your plate, so that you have the mental space, the time, and the resources to go focus on what truly makes you happy.
So the whole process really just boils down to 2 steps. Step 1, you build the muse, your automated income machine. Step 2, use the freedom that it creates to go pursue everything else: personal growth, relationships, adventure, whatever's on your checklist for a great life.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do they actually find these business opportunities? Well, it's not about trying to invent the next big thing. Their approach to the market is actually much more strategic. Usually, their strategy is to enter a market that's already proven, a well-trodden path, and just change things up a little bit. They look for a way to create one key differentiator, a small twist that makes their product or service stand out just enough. They aren't trying to create a brand new market. They're just trying to serve a tiny piece of one that's already there.
And this highlights a huge difference in how they look at competition. A high-growth startup wants to own the entire market, which makes every competitor a major threat. But a lifestyle entrepreneur, they just want a small piece of the pie. If you only need to make $100,000 a year, you don't need to dominate the market, you just need to secure your little slice.
So what does this look like in the real world? Well, think about a Udemy instructor who creates a course one time and then earns passive income from it for years, or an Airbnb host,
or businesses that are built on things like dropshipping and white labeling products. These are all models where you can step into an existing market and carve out your own niche without having to invent something from scratch. Ultimately, the absolute key to a successful lifestyle business is the conscious, deliberate alignment of your business goals with your personal life goals. The business itself isn't the final destination. It's the vehicle you use to build the life you actually want.
And this means you have to reframe the fundamental question of being an entrepreneur. Instead of asking, how much money can this business possibly make, the lifestyle entrepreneur asks, what do I need to earn to live the exact life I want to live? It is a really profound shift in perspective.
And that brings us to a final question, and this one is for you. Forget about building a massive empire for just a second. What would your ideal lifestyle actually cost per month? Answering that one question might just be the first step on a very different and maybe even more fulfilling entrepreneurial path.